Navy's quarterback, Keenan Reynolds. He has 73 career rushing touchdowns. Did not have any against Notre Dame this past Saturday. So he remains 4 shy of former Wisconsin running back Monty Ball, who had 77 career rushing touchdowns. Again, that's for the NCAA's all-time lead. Keenan Reynolds set the record for a quarterback a long time ago, but he's chasing the all-time NCAA record for rushing touchdowns, just 4 away from there. And we've been joined by East Carolina head coach Ruffin McNeill. The Pirates are 3-3 overall, 1-1 in the American Athletic Conference. East Carolina with action at BYU this past Saturday. BYU won the game 45-38. Up next for the Pirates will be this Saturday against Tulsa at Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium. That will be a noon Eastern Time start and will be on ESPN News. Coach, thank you for joining us on the call this morning. If you would take a minute to tie up the, your second long road trip in a row, with the trip to BYU, and to tell us what you expect to see as you return home Saturday to face Tulsa, please.
Okay. Well, it was against a BYU team who tough road tests. Again, we've had some tough road tests, and I continue to see a lot out of our team, and I'm proud of. The biggest focus for our team has been on how we start the football game. Want to start fast, and I thought we improved on that, but we need to keep improving that part. They got a jump on us at the beginning of the second half, but our guys, we fought back and were very resilient and fell short and had opportunity to change the outcome of the game. The kids are resilient, and I was proud of the way we competed. We knew it's going to be tough in Provo. They have a very good football team, and we have to turn our attention right now to Tulsa because Philip's doing a good job there, and he will do a good job. He's a very good ball coach, and I know he's getting his personnel in and getting his philosophy in as well. And you never take more victories here, but I like the way our kids have fought back really in a few games, and we've had a chance to learn that about our team, and it continues to grow. Our team is going to continue to grow. We have 6 remaining games, all conference games, and our conference is, I've said it before, it's one of the toughest conferences, I think the most competitive conferences around, top to bottom, and we know we have to be ready to get our ass back fixed on this next game versus Tulsa. So we're looking forward to getting back to practice this week and making sure we get better.
We'll take questions for Coach McNeill, please. *1 on your telephone. We'll put you in the queue, and then the operator will introduce you.
We have a question from David Ubin with Sports on Earth.
Ruffin, a little off topic, but how would you compare the Florida team you saw this season to the one you saw in the bowl game?
You can tell Max, putting his touch on it. Max, he's a discipline that you see, first of all. You see, I'm sorry. Question again. Tell me the question again. Ask me a question.
Just the differences that you saw. How would you kind of compare the Florida team from the bowl game to what you saw?
Okay, I got you. Yeah, Mac, he's got his system, and he's found his quarterback in Greer, and defensively, Mac's he's been around great programs. He knows how to build it, and he did the same thing at Colorado State and with Coach Saban in Alabama. So you see that flavor coming in and being a well-rounded team. In the bowl game, because they didn't have a coach, you saw, but you saw the talent there. But Max put it together.
Mm-hmm. When you talk about Max putting his touch on it, what does that touch kind of what does that entail in your mind?
Well, excuse me, Mac and I both came up the same way. We started off at schools that you had to coach, and you had to maybe not get the 5-star, 4-star kid, but you had to teach and teach them fundamentally, as well as you had to work your hind parts off at it, and Mac understands that, and then he's always going to have an offense that's going to be productive, and he's got a great defensive staff down there as well with Randy Shannon and those guys, and but he's a team first, a team last type coach, and you can see he's just still disciplined within the team.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate you hitting on some of those intangibles. When you look at them, just sort of scheme-wise and personnel-wise, what was the biggest area that made them more difficult to deal with this year than they were last season?
Well, offensively, Max utilizing all his personnel defensively. Randy and those guys are Randy's a great defensive play caller and coordinator, and Randy's been a head coach too on defense. You see them using their speed up front with defensive lines, and they got a great secondary. Really got some active linebackers, but really got some first-round draft choices up front.
Thanks, Ruffin. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, Martin. Thank you.
Next we'll hear from Ted Lewis with the New Orleans Advocate.
Hello.
I'm sorry, Ruffin. Yes, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Now that you're second year in the conference, what are you seeing as far as, like you said, the strength of the conference from top to bottom, how rivalries are beginning to shape up, and certainly just the quality of play as compared to what you were experiencing the last couple of years in Conference USA?
Well, when you go in our head coaches meeting, we have yearly. I look around the table and you see Curtis at Tulane, Willie at South Florida, Bobby, Matt Rule, Coach O'Leary, Coach Tuberville, Coach Herman down at Houston, Phillip now at Tulsa. All those coaches, every coach, and I look at them and they're all good ball coaches, and they've all worked their way up to learn how to do it. So they all have well-coached teams. The talent level in the American Conference you see that immediately. And from the talent level, but the depth of the talent here on each team, really some outstanding players. You see a lot of guys that going to play the next level. You have to be ready to compete each week against every single team, and games are going to be tight. I found out games are going to be tight, and you have to have great game management and be ready to bring your best day as a coaching staff and as a team each week.
How about now you have 12 teams and you have divisions. The rivalry, is that beginning to kick in an awareness, hey, these are the teams you got to beat?
Yeah, well, I guess because of the divisions, each division, I mean, you see how many undefeated teams we have, you see some forming yet right now. So it's, you'll see, and the longer we stay together, as long as the conference stays together, like I know it will with Commissioner Resco and the staff, you'll see the talents grow. I mean, the rivals grow because it's so competitive. I mean, every game. So the rivalries sometimes already there, and then some I've seen rivalries develop as well in my coaching career.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
We'll hear from Ronnie Woodward with the Greenville Daily Reflector.
Hey, Ruff, how are you?
Hey, Ron, how you doing?
Good. I've got to ask, when you hear Tulsa coming into Greenville for an afternoon game, do you go back to 2010 at all? Your first game with ECU and our first coaching game, and what do you still remember about that game? Obviously, it ended on a Hail Mary, but what do you still remember about that day overall?
It was first coming into the stadium, having played here, coming back. I watched, because I've been coaching elsewhere, I watched each Carolina play on TV or television, but to come in and see the intensity in the stadium, the excitement that the crowd brings, and that was immediate, and it was like no other, and it's still that way. Our first game as a staff and going against a team that was really very talented, and to be able to start with the win was big, and I'll take it any way you can, win by one and get out of there. So, but an exciting game.
The fact that it ended like that and just that you started 1-0, does that mean playing Tulsa will always kind of be special to you in some way?
Well, each game is really, Ronnie, to me. I enjoy what I do, the coaching part. I enjoy the kids. I enjoy the competition, and I enjoy the strategy part of it. So each game is important. Tulsa was the first, but in our conference, you have to be ready for every game. But I enjoy each game I've coached in, and I really look forward to the games. And I love being around the kids and like I said, the competition and the strategy and trying to win by one and get out of there.
Yeah, gotcha. Thanks, Ruff.
Yes, sir. You're welcome.
Do you have any other questions for Coach McNeill, please? Star 1 on your telephone, if so. Well, Coach, thanks for your time today. We look forward to hearing from you again next Monday.
Yes, sir. My pleasure. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Again, that is Ruffin McNeill from East Carolina. The Pirates take on Tulsa Saturday at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium. That will be a noon Eastern Time start on ESPN News. Up next, we'll hear from the other side of that game with Coach Philip Montgomery from Tulsa. Golden Hurricane is 3-2 overall, 0-1 in the American. Tulsa was a 34-24 winner against Louisiana Monroe last Saturday. Golden Hurricane set a school and American Athletic Conference record in that game. They ran 107 offensive plays against ULM. They had 31 first downs and had 563 yards of offense. Quarterback Dane Evans for Tulsa threw for 341 yards and 2 touchdowns. It was his 5th 300-yard game of the season.